Hi everyone, this is Kristen, and for those of you that are fans of Otter Pop Symmetry cases and PopSockets, you're going to love this next product. This is the Otter Pop Symmetry Otter Plus Pop case. So to give you a little bit of background, a while back OtterBox and PopSockets had a collaboration where they bundled together matching or complementary PopSockets with Otter Pop Symmetry cases. Really great combo. I reviewed this for the iPhone XR. So now they have gone one better with the Otter Plus Pop case. So what this is a symmetry case which has been specially modified to accommodate a built-in pop socket. Exciting news, because with this design, this is so flush to the back of the case that you can do wireless charging without removing the pop top. And this also makes the case lie almost but not quite flat when the pop socket is collapsed like this. So that's a big improvement over your standard pop socket arrangement where, as you can see, it does protrude considerably from the back of the case. So overall, really great product. Swappable, of course. You can swap out those pop tops as you wish, and just overall a much sleeker, nicer design for the pop sockets arrangement. Lots to love here. Let's look a little more closely at this product on my iPhone XS Max in gold. Looking at the construction of this case, this is made of a combination of hard polycarbonate and a synthetic rubber. Overall has a nice feel in the hand, feels well made as you'd expect from an OtterBox case. Looking at the interior, we have a protrusion here on the interior to accommodate the pop socket on the back. So the interior of the case looks a bit different than your typical OtterBox Symmetry case, which is of course just flat and smooth on the interior. I don't think this is any kind of a big deal, just mentioning it because it does look different. Overall, the case has a relatively rigid feel in the hand. Sides have a bit more give, but this is still a pretty tight case to put on your iPhone. In order to put this on your iPhone, simply slide in the one side, push it all the way over, and then clip on your other corners. Looking at our fit, we have a good fit overall with nice tight fit most areas on the sides, top and bottom, with a few major exceptions. Over your volume up and down buttons, these pull away really quite a lot from the sides, as well as the side button area and the area over your lightning port. It's not too terrible, but really they could have done better. A little bit disappointed with OtterBox on that. As far as the amount of lip that we have on here, we do have a sufficient lip to protect your screen. Everything looks good here. It's not a hugely high lip, but it's certainly sufficient. And of course, there would be more visible lip if I didn't already have a tempered glass screen protector on here. This is the ZAG Glass Plus Vision Guard for those of you that are curious. This should work well with many case-compatible screen protectors, although I'm sure probably not with every screen protector out there. Looking down here at our port openings, these are asymmetrical to match the asymmetrical design of the iPhone XS Max, which is nice. They're nicely positioned and nicely sized. Should have plenty of space here for many third-party lightning cables, although of course, as I mentioned, this case does support wireless charging, so you may find you are using this less than you otherwise would. Going around to the sides, we have a good amount of grip on here, kind of a low to mid grip because of the synthetic rubber on the top. That's the dark bit. On the bottom here, all of the lavender or mauve color that we have on here is this smooth polycarbonate, so not much grip here, but there is grip up here. So overall, particularly if you mostly hold your phone by the side, you're going to find that this case does have sufficient grip. Going up here to our volume up and down buttons, these are nice and clicky, although they do have a different design than your new symmetry cases of this generation do. Most of the symmetry cases now have flush buttons. These buttons are not flush, and this one on the volume down, unfortunately this one's actually a little bit deformed. I think that I have a little bit of a defect with this particular case. I'm sure that they're not all like this. The rubber here is kind of jutting outwards just a little bit. Not quite sure what's going on with that, but I doubt that all the rest of the cases are this way. I think that I just have a little sample defect here, but overall they work fine, and there is no issue in getting to your mute switch. Going over here to our side button, it's a little bit on the mushy side. It works fine, but it's not as good as the volume buttons. And again, this is not a flush button like you see with the other symmetry cases. It does jut out just a bit. Got some OtterBox branding over here, and that's about all that you can say about the sides of the case. Looking at the back of the case, this is obviously where all the excitement is with Otter plus Pop, but let's look at the basics first. So we have some OtterBox branding down here at the bottom, relatively obtrusive, may bother some people, not going to bother others. The material here is a hard, smooth polycarbonate with a matte finish. It's not a glossy finish, so that should definitely help against fingerprints and scratching. Feels nice underneath the fingertips, although it basically doesn't have any grip. All the grip you're going to have is going to come from the synthetic rubber on the sides. We do have plenty of protection here for your protruding camera, which is great, and this case does support wireless charging as mentioned many times. So OtterBox says on its website that this may not work with all wireless chargers with the PopTop attached. You may need to take it off. However, in every single case that I tested this with wireless chargers, and I have 3 different kinds around my house, this worked flawlessly without taking the PopTop off. So I think that your odds are quite good if you have a decent wireless charger. This is going to work fine with it. So that is excellent. Really nice not to have to go to all of the hassle of taking off the PopTop in order to wirelessly charge. So this overall has a nice slim form factor. I think that it looks really good in its collapsed version, and of course it's going to slide easily in and out of pockets and handbags. When you put it flat on its back, it's flat enough so that you can easily type and text and all that. It doesn't do a lot of wobbling, so that is excellent. In order to deploy it, simply just pull it straight up, and then it is in its grip mode. You'd slide your fingers in here and you now have a nice secure grip for selfies or just holding onto your phone or whatever, or playing with it, because yeah, it's really kind of cool. However, it does have a few negatives with this design, and one of them is that you have less space to hold on because this doesn't come out quite as far as the rest of the case is concerned, because you have that little bit of a dip. So when you put your fingers in here, if you have larger fingers, you may find that you have less space. So notice how far I'm able to move my fingers in here. I have this space here, right? If you compare that to a regular Symmetry case that has a standard pop socket attached for iPhone XS Max, I can reach all the way through to here. So it's really a bit of a difference. You can see if you hold them this way that you definitely do have a bit more finger space with your standard pop socket on a Symmetry case for iPhone XS Max. So that brings me to the second thing that a standard pop socket arrangement does better on the iPhone XS Max, and that is the stand. A standard OtterBox Symmetry case for iPhone XS Max with a pop socket attached has a noticeably more stable stand function than the one that comes with the Otter plus Pop Symmetry case for iPhone XS Max. It still works, but it's just easier to knock over, not quite as stable. This is probably due to the fact that the built-in pop socket on the Otter plus Pop case sticks out slightly less than a standard pop socket would, giving the case less of a stand to lean on. This difference may also be more noticeable in the iPhone XS Max versions of the Otter plus Pop case due to the greater weight of the iPhone XS Max. But other than that, I think that this is really cool. It's great to be able to use this swap out feature here for your PopTops. All you need to do is collapse it, press in, and turn in order to take off one PopTop, and then you can put on another one. Just take the other one, put it in place, and twist to attach. And then you got another cool look. Overall, I think that this is a very good product. You've got OtterBox quality and protectiveness and a very slim form factor with a cool built-in pop socket. I think the fun factor of this case is significant and the downsides are relatively minor as long as you don't have really huge fingers and you are okay with a slightly less stable stand function. I think this case is a slam dunk over your standard stick-on pop socket arrangement due to the slimmer form factor and the greatly improved wireless charging capability. Otherwise, perhaps a standard Symmetry case with a stick-on pop socket might be better, but overall I think for most people there is a lot to love about the Otter plus Pop Symmetry for iPhone XS Max. Again, we've been looking at the OtterBox Symmetry Otter plus Pop case for iPhone XS Max. This case is available directly from OtterBox as well as from other retailers, and it has an MSRP of $59.95. This particular color is called Marvelous. It is one of 6 colors or graphic designs available for the Otter plus Pop case. Many thanks to the kind folks at OtterBox for sending me out this sample to review. If you have any questions about this case, please feel free to put them in the comments below and I will do my best to address them. And if you are interested interested in subscribing to my channel, please hit that subscribe button because I have lots more great case and accessory reviews yet to come. Again, this is Kristen with the Otter Pop Symmetry Otter Plus Pop Case for iPhone XS Max. Enjoy your iPhone and have a wonderful day.